Okay, I got something for all you people out there that say COVID isn't real. Okay, COVID isn't real. So when you start having trouble breathing, and you're showing symptoms of COVID, and you go to your doctor, and he gives you the test, and he tells you it's COVID, because you say it's not real. Forget the fact that you're having troubles breathing. Forget the fact that they're having to put you on oxygen. Take that oxygen mask off, pick your sad little butt up, and go home. You can die at home just as easily as you can die in the hospital from COVID. But COVID isn't real. So if COVID isn't real, you cannot have COVID. So how can you be having any kind of trouble breathing? Because you cannot have COVID. There's no way you have COVID. If you had COVID, you wouldn't be having troubles breathing. If you had COVID, if you didn't have COVID, if there was no such thing as COVID, there would be no reason why they're putting a ventilator down your throat. If you didn't have COVID, or if your loved one didn't have COVID, then they wouldn't be dying from it. Now would they? You people out there denying that there's a such thing as COVID, and you're watching your family members die from a respiratory illness that is contagious, that happens to have the name of COVID, which is the name of many different things, because COVID is not the actual name of the virus that has affected you. COVID is a generic name for every virus that falls under that phylum. It's kind of like being the difference between being human or being a mammal. COVID is the filing of mammal. The species of COVID is 19, or whatever other name they gave it. You happen to have that species. You happen to be a human. You're a mammal, which is COVID. And you're a human, which is the 2019. Okay? Or whatever other name they gave to it. We call it COVID-19 because it's easy. Or plain COVID. And it is out there. And COVID's out there in many different forms. It's out there in a simple thing called a cold. God, you people are ridiculous. You're sitting in, you've got family members, and you even yourself might be sitting in the hospital. They're flipping you on your stomach and then on your back, and they're giving you oxygen, and they're doing everything they can to save your life. And you're looking at these new nurses and you're saying COVID don't exist. You're mentally ill. You are mentally ill if you can't recognize there is something wrong with you. And to take in fact what the doctors say. Now you're all out there saying, oh, but whenever a doctor diagnoses you with COVID, they get more money. No, they don't. They don't get any more money for diagnosing you for COVID any more than they do if they diagnose you with the flu. You stupid idiot. Doctors and nurses right now, yes, are getting more money. Why are they getting more money? Is it because they're diagnosing patients with COVID, or is it because they are spending more hours in the hospitals and in the clinics to save your stupid, ignorant butts? Oh! I mean, if you go to work and normally work 8 hours and you make $200 a week for that 8 hours, what do you think you'll make if you put in 16 hours? You still gonna make that same $200? Are you gonna make $400 or are you gonna make $600? Huh? Because you got the time of your normal 8 hours plus the extra 8 hours plus the half time. Because a lot of places, if you put in overtime, you get time and a half. Ooh, wow, what a concept! You get paid more money for more hours worked. Wow, that's amazing! You people are so ridiculously idiots. You are idiots. And your own president put you in a position for you to kill yourself by telling you that COVID is a hoax when it isn't. It's real. It's out there. It's honest. It's true. You need to wear your mask to protect yourself from it. You need to wear your mask to protect your family members from it. But no, you're out there saying COVID isn't real. You're out there catching the COVID. You're out there giving it to your family members. You're watching yourself and your family members and your friends all get sick. You're watching some of them die. And you're still saying COVID isn't real. I bet you if I set took a poker and stuck it in a fire and President Trump told you, oh, that poker isn't hot. And I pulled it out and I told you, now don't touch that. It's hot. You'd grab a hold of it with both hands and burn your hand right off because you're that much of an idiot. If Trump told you that your floor isn't real, it's mush, you would refuse to walk on it. Oh my God. If Trump handed you a vial of arsenic and told you that it was candy, you would eat it down, whether the vial said that it's arsenic or not. You are such fucking idiots. You're idiots. Full on 100%. There is no denying it. It is actually in the phylum of the most stupid people on the planet Earth. Idiots. COVID is real. And if your loved one right now is in the hospital and they're having to have oxygen and they're having to be rolled on their back and they're having to be rolled on their stomach to try and make it so that they can breathe a function that is one of the most important functions to life. And you're still sitting there saying there's no such thing as COVID. You are one of the most stupid creatures on the planet Earth. You are so stupid that I'm amazed you even made it this far in life. I'm amazed you're alive now. I'm amazed you did not kill yourself off by doing something extremely stupid when you were 18 years old. I'm amazed that you even have a brain in your head. I think you need to be a scientific study to see if you actually have any living brain cells left in your brain. Because you are so extremely stupid and brainwashed that it's not even funny. And somebody needs to come into your house and take your computer and your cell phones away from you. You need just your simple little flip cell phone because you're on the internet somewhere where it educates you to be more stupid. It doesn't educate you, and QAnon's one of your biggest places to educate you to be more stupid. You know what? I can do a QAnon. It'd be so easy for me to do a QAnon. All I need to do is make up some stupid story about something that has nothing to do with fact, and you will eat it up. You will eat it up so long as I make it interesting enough, so long as I make it just enough drama to it. You will eat it up like it's candy, and you will follow it right down the cliff and to your death. And you will still, at the moment you're laying at the bottom of that cliff, all your bones broken, and you're sitting there and you're going, oh, but there is no cliff. And then you're gonna die. Because that's how stupid you are. You're the most stupid creature on earth. An amoeba has more brains than you do. An amoeba has more of ability for survival than you do. You are the most stupid creature on earth. There is nobody out there with any kind of handicap or disability to their brain that is less stupid than you. That is more you. Your stupidness boggles my mind so much that I feel like my brain's gonna explode with the amount of knowledge I have in my brain compared to yours. A Down syndrome child is smarter than you. A child that has been in an accident or has had an aneurysm and had large portions of their brain taken out is smarter than you. An amoeba, a slug, any kind of a plant is smarter than you. There is nothing on this earth that is less smart than you. You are the most stupid creature on earth. And from now on, COVID is a hoax. People who come up to me and tell me it's a hoax, excuse me, please. I'm going to treat you like the idiot you are. Because you're a full-on idiot. My God. And if you do not believe in COVID, when you get sick from COVID, and these nurses and doctors are doing everything in their power to take and save your life, keep that shit to yourself. Because they've got enough stress. And you're making their work harder. You're making their work worse. If you can't keep it to yourself, go home and die alone. Leave these nurses and doctors alone. Quit making their work harder. They've got enough hours put in. All these nurses and doctors trying to save your idiot asses are out there overworked. They're getting paid more because they're putting in more hours to save your stupid ass. Go home. Leave them nurses have the hours they need to have to save somebody else's ass that has a brain in their head. Go home. Leave the nurses and doctors alone. Maybe if all you idiots went home and died alone at home, you'd make the work for these nurses and doctors a hell of a lot easier. They can maybe start getting on to some normal fucking hours out there. And if you don't want to wear a mask, fine, don't wear one. But if you see a sign on a door that says masks required and you don't like it, and you refuse to wear a mask in there, turn your ass around and go home. Or go find a business that does not require masks. If you see somebody else with a mask on, keep the fuck away from them so they don't have to tell you to put your mask on. Do not approach them. Don't come near them. Don't talk to them. Leave them alone. Let them go with what they know is true. Let them go with what they know is fact. And take your stupid ass and go home. Because you know it's fact there is no such thing as COVID. Just the same as you think it's your constitutional right to not wear a mask. It's our constitutional right to wear one. It's also our constitutional right to request that you stay away from us. You don't like that tough shit. That's your problem. You go take care of your own constitutional rights over in your own corner. It's like your Second Amendment rights. You think it's everybody's right to carry a gun. All right, fine. Let's throw away every fucking law for a gun. Let's throw out the background check. Let's throw all of that out. How many terrorists do you think are going to go shopping for guns in the United States of America? And we have American-born terrorists. How many mentally ill people do you think are going to go out there and buy a gun? You guys are so fucking idiotic, it's not even funny. You don't have any brain cells whatsoever. And it is amazing, thoroughly amazing, how you even happen to be alive. Because you should have been dead long ago. So go home with your stupid there is no COVID hoax. When you start showing the symptoms for it and they diagnose you with COVID, you turn around and you go home. You go home, you lay down in your bed and you die. Because COVID can't be killing you. If it don't exist, then it can't be killing you. You're idiots.